Hey guys, it's Duncan, another beer video here for you. I'm going to talk about cask ale and nitro beer, or nitrogenized beer. Cask beer obviously stems back from the way all beer used to be served. The beer was brewed, it was put into a barrel or a cask, usually wood. Nowadays it's stainless steel. The beer would generally go through a sort of a secondary fermentation where it would produce a little bit of natural carbonation, and then it would be served out of the cask, gravity style, or hooked up to a line which went up to a beer engine which pulled the beer through. So with cask beers, obviously they're served at more of a cellar temperature. They're usually 50, 55 degrees, generally no colder than that. No warmer either, they shouldn't be anyway. And because of the low carbonation, it leaves a softer impression on your palate. And depending on what kind of beer engine you're using and the like, the beer, when it's dispensed, often has this creamy character. Part of it is that it's because it's being mixed with the ambient atmosphere, which is mostly nitrogen. So it's very creamy and smooth, and often they can be hop. Obviously, if they're hoppy or not depends on what was done with the beer, how it was brewed, and how it was dry hopped and the like. Nitro beer was essentially made to recreate that. What they realized about 70, 80 years ago, and I think these are the people in Guinness, they realized the key of what caused that nice cask ale to be creamy was the way it was dispensed, again, mixing with the ambient atmosphere. It was the nitrogen that was causing the creaminess. Also, there's oxygen in there. If the pint sits too long, technically it could oxidize and go bad. So that's what they isolated. The nitrogen was that real creamy, smooth character. So like our Tommy Atkins mild or the ESB we have, or certainly a Guinness or a Boddington's or a Caffrey's or what have you, those are they're carbonated with a mixture of CO2 and nitrogen, mostly nitrogen. The nitrogen bubble is much, much smaller. It leaves a lighter impression on your palate. The CO2 bubble, structure-wise, is much bigger and leaves a bigger impression. Like, so if you slam a can of soda or beer, you get that burn. That's that burn from the CO2. So lots of CO2 will sort of accentuate dryness or bitterness in a beer, where the nitrogen will kind of round off those characters. So if you have a hoppy beer on nitro, you're going to get less of a bitter impression in that, or the same thing for the cask as well. So, and then of course with the nitro, it's dispensed out of a special tap at really high pressure, and causes that crazy cascade effect as the beer is being poured. So what you end up with is a very pretty pint with a nice kind of tight tannish header depending on the beer. So anyway, that's cask beer and nitro beer. If you have any questions, let me know. See ya. Bye.